I've personally done a lot of research, and I've come to believe that there's a global conspiracy theory to this issue of coronavirus. There is a powerful global force for economic interest trying to introduce the 5G into the global market. And a lot of billions of dollars investment have been done, and they are afraid of losing their investments. And from my research, this coronavirus is really not the problem. The major problem is these 5G that have been deployed and have a chemical reaction with some cells, some human cells, that eventually now manifest as a flu. And if this is the problem, why is the world not speaking against it? Why are they still deploying the 5G technology all over the globe?
That was Senator Dino Melaye giving voice to the unfounded conspiracy theories spreading widely on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms. The radiation from 5G towers is the cause of the coronavirus. Melaye is not the only Nigerian public figure who has claimed 5G is destructive and the cause of coronavirus. Former Aviation Minister Mr. Femi Fani-Kayode, Pastor Chris Oyakilome, and some others have said the Nigerian government should not allow the 5G technology in the country. So what is fueling these conspiracy theories? There are a bunch of videos circulating on social media about the coronavirus and its link to the 5G technology. One of such videos showed some groups of people destroying a mast with the caption, "Chinese citizen destroying 5G mast." It was fact-checked by The Guardian, and we found out that the video was first published in August 2019 by The Guardian UK. The 2019 video was headlined Hong Kong, anti-surveillance protesters tear down smart lamppost. The video has nothing to do with the coronavirus. So far, there has been no evidence that 5G is harmful to humans. But what is 5G technology? 5G is the fifth generation of wireless communications technologies supporting cellular data networks. Simply put, it's a major component in mobile and broadband communication. Like 4G, 3G, and 2G before it, 5G mobile data is transmitted over radio waves, a small part of the whole electromagnetic spectrum, which includes microwaves, visible light, and X-rays. Also, radio waves don't create viruses, as viruses only spread through person-to-person contacts.
So the point now is that I just want you to define the point now that can 5G actually create viruses like coronavirus?
Yes, so it cannot. And for those who believe it can, they are the stupid ones, okay? 5G can never, and there is no way, I don't think so, because within that frequency spectrum, okay, those radiations are not as harmful as we think. Now, let me bring into perspective the use of Wi-Fi. I used Wi-Fi in the video. I said if you have walls, you find that those signals will not penetrate walls because there's a particular frequency, Wi-Fi signals used in that spectrum. Then again, you look at even Bluetooth, for instance. If you have a Bluetooth that said where I have it, and my receiver is somewhere maybe in my pocket or maybe at the back of my pocket or something, sometimes you get break and it's so close to you, but because your body is actually blocking it. We're about, I can't remember how many percentage of water that we are. We're about so percentage of water, and we're so dense, we absorb, and we do not, we absorb. Part of these frequencies we also reflect. So, in terms of the health issues, yes, there's no form of radiation that does not have its own, but they're just minimal risks. They're minimal risks. We should even be more concerned, like I shared in the video, about radiations coming from the sun. There's so much, when the sun has a flare, and all of that, and you have all those, cosmic radiation all coming in. No one is going to ask the sun and say, hey, what's going on? Do we believe that the sun will do this and that? We wake up every morning and we pray for sunlight, So ultimately, 5G will not and cannot create a virus.
COVID-19, also called the coronavirus, is a disease like Middle East respiratory syndrome and severe acute respiratory syndrome, both of which are believed to have originated in animals. The coronavirus is transmitted through respiratory droplets that come from coughs and sneezes. Beyond the clear medical fact that COVID-19 is a virus, it is also spread everywhere, including places that don't have 5G. In the US, 5G is fairly limited. Iran and some African countries which the virus has spread to do not have 5G installed. In Nigeria, 5G was launched for trials in November 2019. Till date, Africa's most populous country has reported one of the lowest cases of the coronavirus globally. Also, most cases confirmed in the country were citizens who came from abroad. Numerous scientists have dismissed the concerns about the threat of the fifth generation wireless technology. They note that, like 4G and other iterations of cellular communication system, 5G uses an electromagnetic wavefront that emits non-ionizing radiations.
There have been all sorts of conspiracy theories, like, they connected the rise, what they claim, the rise of 5G to this pandemic. And if you look at this particular new technology, let me put it that way, that is going to be purportedly used by 5G is this wave tech, and it's a high frequency. And the way to go about that high frequency for distribution is to have quite a lot of clusters of antennas, because they do not have, with a higher frequency band, you have to really be very close to get into that signal. It's like when you go and take an X-ray. X-rays are even way higher frequencies, and that's why they do a lot of that. But you have to be really close to the X-ray machine. You cannot an X-ray of someone so far away. So that's why you have those clusters in such a way that the antenna design, would form what they call beam forming, in such a way that whether it doesn't have so much power to travel far, it can be repeated over time within those multiple antennas to ensure that you have a signal. Okay. And I always say here, if we are really scared about radiation, it's not about 5G. The mobile phones we carry and we put in our ears, have been with us for quite a while, and we feel comfortable using these ones. I mean, these ones are transmitting and doing all of that, and they're so close to us. So this antenna design, it's novel, it's new, but because of the high speed in congested areas, is able to send, communication packets very fast. So one of the problems telcos have when they're trying to, do that last mile delivery is that in congested areas, it's always because everybody's, just coming into that bandwidth space, and it gets plugged up, and you're like, I do not have good service. At their end, they are up 99.9% of the time. But to get to you is a problem. So what people are now saying is COVID, because they can't explain it. They can't explain COVID as a pandemic, as a virus. So let's find something to connect this. And it's very irresponsible of a lot of the creators of those kind of videos out there, to try and connect a virus, to a radio wave. Okay, and they're saying, and they're saying, hey, it's been expelled from our bodies, and when it comes out of our bodies, that's where we have all these issues. It's not by contagion. Now, what you get to do with that is people are going to stop thinking about torture and all of that. They're like, okay, well, it's a 5G issue. I'm just going to cover my house. And I heard someone saying they're going to put protective shields in front of their windows, and I'll be fine. Then we'll have a greater problem because the infection rates will continue because of stupidity. Let me use that one.
The World Health Organization also states on its website that a large number of studies have been performed over the last 2 decades to assess whether mobile phones pose a potential health risk. To date, no adverse health effect have been established as being caused by mobile phone use. The Public Health England also noted that while it is impossible that there may be a small increase in overall exposure to radio waves when 5G is added to an existing network or in a new area, there is little chance the technology poses a threat to human health. However, the overall exposure is expected to remain low relative to guidelines, and as such, there should be no consequences for public health. PHE is committed to monitoring the evidence applicable to this and other radio technologies and to revising its advice, should that be necessary. The England Public Health Office said in a statement, "The world is not new to conspiracy theories. The growing theories about 5G technology is not the first coronavirus-related conspiracy that has gained traction online in recent weeks. In March, the French government was forced to issue a statement that using cocaine will not protect people against the deadly virus. Other myths and misconceptions about the COVID-19 is that it is a man-made bioweapon created in a laboratory in Wuhan, China, where the virus was first detected in 2019. In February 2020, virus expert and global lead coronavirus investigator Trevor Bedford posited that the evidence we have is that the mutations in the virus are completely consistent with natural evolution. As the latest rumors about 5G get more bite, particularly during this current pandemic, it is important for each and every one of us to stay away from conspiracy theories, which the WHO dubbed infodemic, because they might cause more harm than even the originators can imagine."